Good win at the weekend. Got over the line in the end, but look, at the end of the day, it probably was a deserved victory.
Yeah, it was probably closer than it needed to be, but no disrespect to QAS. I thought they were a very good side. Actually, probably think that they're going to be the opposition this year. They're not. They're a difficult team to beat. But having said that, we had quite a few chances, and I think if we were a little bit more ruthless with our finishing, then it could have been over much sooner. Conceding that goal at 3-1 brought it back to that two goal game, and they're always vulnerable.
Right, in added time, there was a shot that just took a slight deflection and hit the post. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, the usual. But it wouldn't have surprised us. QAS have actually come home with goals in the last in injury time or the last couple of minutes. I think in 2 or 3 of their games so far. So they're a resilient bunch and they don't give up. So I don't know. I was just riding by the seat of my pants at that point.
I understand, as you were saying, there is a bit of illness going through the camp at the moment, and I know Ellie did have a touch of flu, but she still got drafted in and did concede a couple. But how did she feel overall?
I think Ellie's playing well. I think she's a bit unhappy with the second goal. She made that characteristic mistake that we keep making with goalkeepers and taking a step forward before they've read the flight of the ball, and then having to then take a couple of steps back and losing all your agility, all your explosivity, and then it's difficult to react. So, but I think Ellie's been fantastic for us. So, I thought she did quite a good job considering she'd had the flu, and it is a nasty little flu. So, yeah, I was impressed.
Anyone else sort of possibly going to be missing out? Currently not feeling the best.
Well, Coco was in emergency on Friday night, so she had it pretty bad, and she's still out and won't be there tomorrow night. She's going to stay home in the warm. Tiana Karambassis, I think, has got it now, as has Holly Cawthorne. So there's a bit going around, and there's just a lot of sniffles. So I don't know. At this stage, I think we're looking pretty good for tomorrow night. Let's just hope that we don't have any more succumb in that time.
As you say, hopefully we do finally get this Women's Super Cup game against Peninsula play tomorrow, and probably quite timely because we have the bye at the weekend as well.
Well, the buys, consistent buys, and we're in a better position, but the poor old under 23s, they've played 6 games as we come into the 6th month of the year. So the actual scheduling of fixtures is mind-boggling. I don't know how we expect players to develop when they're playing once a month. And the funny thing is that once we get through this free weekend, I think we've got like five games. I think 23s have got 6 games in 5 weeks, so it's boom or bust.
As you say, it perhaps can be difficult to get any kind of momentum, especially for the 23s. I think a lot of clubs, a lot of teams will notice it, especially with this last couple of weeks with the wet weather, returning and perhaps being a little bit flat, feeling a bit rusty. It's at this level, it probably shouldn't really happen, should it?
Oh, it's hard to avoid though. Footballers need to play. They need games to get match fitness, and to a large extent, I thought we went flat after a great start on the weekend. That middle part of the game, like the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half, we looked rusty, clunky, and there is that element of illness in it. But it is the fact that we hadn't played for 2 weeks prior, other than the Sunshine Ghost. We had 1 game in 3 weeks, and it's hard to get to the level you want to be at when you're not playing games. And for us, our philosophy is about a high tempo, high intensity game, win the ball back as fast as we can, and then get at our opposition. And it's difficult to play at a high tempo if you're just not getting that consistency of game time. So, get this weekend out of the way. Hopefully we'll be able to get a session in, depending on field availability, and then we'll get into a run of games, and hopefully we can find our true form.
It's set to be quite windy and quite cold tomorrow. How will everyone cope with that one?
Oh, I'll be fine. I got a big puffer jacket.
Well, we've spoken about the cup game before, so let's get there. Let's get to AJ Kelly Park, and fingers crossed it's through to the next round.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks.